Hello and welcome in a new lecture of English literature and linguistics. Today we will discuss a topic of linguistics that is difference between morphology and syntax. So first of all we will discuss that what is actually morphology. Uh, all of you know that linguistics is the study of language and its structure. Morphology and syntax are two major subdisciplines in the field of linguistics. Other subdisciplines of linguistics include phonetics, phonology, semantics, and pragmatics. In earlier lecture, we have discussed all these branches in a brief way. So syntax is the study of the formation of sentences, while morphology is the study of the formation of words. The final aim of both these fields of linguistics is to study how meaning is produced in language. The main difference between morphology and syntax is that morphology studies how words are formed, whereas syntax studies how sentences are constituted or formed. So, in this lecture, we will look at these fields in more detail. So, this lecture covers what is morphology, types of morphemes, what is syntax, and difference between morphology and syntax. So first of all we will see that what is morphology. Morphology is another important subdiscipline of linguistics. Morphology studies the structure of words. It specifically examines how words are formed by putting together morphemes. A morpheme is the smallest grammatical and meaningful unit of a language. Different languages have different morphemes and different rules about the formation of words. We can say that morphology specifically examines how words are formed by putting together different morphemes. A morpheme is the smallest grammatical and meaningful unit of a language. Different languages have different morphemes and different rules about the formation of words. Now we will discuss the types of morphemes. Morphemes can be divided into two basic categories called free morphemes and bound morphemes. A free morpheme is a meaningful unit that can stand alone as a word. In other words, it is a word made up of only one morpheme. For example, mat, trust, slow, cat, old, fast, bring, man. These all words are free morphemes because they all can stand freely. The other category of morpheme is a bound morpheme, and a bound morpheme is a morpheme that cannot stand alone. It is always bound to another morpheme. Thus a bound morpheme has no meaning on its own. So for example, slowly, talked, unthankful, blackish. The bold ones, li, ed, un, ish, these all morphemes are bound morphemes, which don't have any meaning without their stem words or root words. Bound morphemes are further divided into two categories, derivational morphemes and inflectional morphemes. Bound morphemes are actually attached to the front of a word are called prefixes, like distaste, untrue, or unthankful, and bound morphemes attached to the back of a word are called suffixes like valuable, sexual, slowly, healthy. Bound morphemes can be divided further into two categories, and the categories are derivational and inflectional. First of all, the derivational morphemes Derivational morphemes are morphemes that are added to the base form of a word to create a new word. For example, with the help of able, we can create ability. Able is an adjective while ability is a noun. In the same way, send is a verb while with the help of send we can create sender, which is a noun. And use, we can generate misuse, stable, unstable. So the meaning is totally changed when we put some kind of suffix or prefixes with these root words. So as seen from these examples, adding a derivational morpheme will change either the meaning or the class of the word. The next one is inflectional morphemes. Inflectional morphemes are a type of bound morphemes that do not cause a change in the meaning or word class. They serve as grammatical markers and indicate some grammatical information about a word. Like with the help of laugh, laugh is the first form of verb, laughed is the second form of verb which indicates the past tense. In the same way, cat is singular while cats is plural. Swim and swimming, swimming is progressive form of verb. Now we will discuss that what is syntax. Syntax is a discipline of linguistics that studies the structure of sentence. Syntax is a study of rules, principles, and processes that govern the structure of sentences in any language. It pays attention to components such as word order, agreement, and the hierarchical structure of language. The meaning of any sentence in any language depends on the syntax. For example, the sentences in the English language often formed by following a subject with a verb and the direct object. It is the position of these words that convey the subject and object relationship. Look at the following examples. The cat ate the mouse. The mouse ate the cat. These two sentences convey two different meanings, although they contain the exact same words. It is the word order of the sentences that affect the meaning of these two sentences. The parts of a language are divided into different syntactic categories. Most sentences can be divided into two sections called subject and predicate. The noun part is called subject while rest of the part is called predicate, and these two parts are also made of different words. Syntactical classes of words are known as parts of speech. So difference between morphology and syntax can be best illustrated like if we see the definition of morphology. Morphology studies the structure of words while syntax studies the structure of sentence. If we talk about the units of these two subfields of the linguistics, morphology has the smallest unit, morpheme, while syntax has the smallest unit, word. Content, morphology studies how words are formed while syntax studies the word order and agreement. So that was all about today. Thank you so much for watching. Inshallah, I'll bring some more content in the next lecture. Thank you so much.